right, guys, I promised something fun for reading today. So what we're going to be doing is you are going to be finishing your writing about emus on your fun writing emu page. And then we are going to get to do our first of many directed drawings. Now, last year my kids loved these and they were so much fun. So today we're doing our first directed drawing and we are going to be drawing an emu. All right? So the way this works, if you don't know from first grade, is Miss Gates is going to draw a step at a time, and by the time we're finished with our drawing, we will have a picture of an emu, all right? So I'm gonna go not super fast, but if you need to pause your video in between each step, you can do that, all right? So step one, towards the middle of the page, you're gonna draw what looks kind of like a hill for the top part of the beak, okay? So watch what I'm gonna do. Towards the middle, okay? I'm gonna go up, down, okay? So it looks kind of like a hill with just some little sides, okay? So I have the top part of a beak. Now, this is not gonna look like an emu until the very end. That's the cool thing about directed drawings, is they kind of happen as we go. All right, after we do this step, so when you're finished with this step, you're gonna connect your beak at the bottom, okay? So watch as Miss Gates does this. I would watch first, then pause and do that step, okay? We're gonna connect by going down. So it looks kind of like a smile kind of at the bottom, okay? So you should have the outline of Edward's beak, okay? Now, again, it looks kind of crazy right now, I know that. But it's going to look like an emu at the end, okay? So if you need to finish the beak, go ahead and pause now and then come back in and we'll keep going. All right, we're gonna add in some details on our beak. So up here towards the top, we're just gonna add like a little bit of a curved line. We're gonna add in a little bit of like a smile at the bottom. So I'm just gonna kind of curve it around like the beak. And then I'm gonna add some nostrils. Okay, so I'm gonna add some little nostrils and a nose. I don't like that nose. I'm gonna make it a little bit more curved. So the cool thing about directed drawings, make sure you're using a pencil. I should have said that at the beginning. But you're gonna wanna make sure you wanna use a pencil so that if you don't like something, you can go back in and fix it. So we're gonna add a little bit of a nose. Okay, so now our beak is detailed, all right? Now, the next thing we're gonna do, remember, if you need to pause your video, do that now, get caught up, and then keep going. Is we're gonna draw the eyes on the side of the beak. So we're gonna have like one eye over here and one eye over here, all right? So, watch what we're gonna do. Watch first, then draw, okay? So I'm gonna start over here on this side of the beak, and I'm going to make a little eye. Then I'm gonna come over here on this side, and I'm gonna make another eye. See, I don't like the way those look super great, so I'm gonna make them a little bit more round and a little bigger, just because I like them to be a little bigger. All right, so there are the outlines of my eyes, and then I'm gonna add in some little eyelids and the actual pupil part, okay? And then my eyes are done. Okay, so like I said, if you need to pause at any time, go ahead and do that, and then we'll keep going. Now, we need to round out his head so that it matches with his beak, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect his head in between his eyes, okay? So we're gonna start at the top of this eye and kind of round it out towards the top of the other eye. And then we're gonna come down on the sides and then add a neck. Now remember, our emus have those really long, skinny necks, okay? So we're gonna come down the side, we're gonna curve around the outside of his beak, and then we're gonna go down in a long, skinny neck, okay? So I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna kind of curve around, and then I'm gonna give him like a long, skinny neck on the side. So you're gonna curve around the outside and down. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You're just gonna kind of curve around and come in with your long, skinny neck, okay? All right, so there's my outline of my emu. Now, it still doesn't look like an emu yet, and that's okay because we have to go in and add some more details to it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover the head, the outside of the head, and the neck with what looks kind of like feathers, okay? So, here we go. I'm gonna give him some like super spiky hair. Okay, I'm gonna give him some super spiky hair. Now, if you wanna wait and do this, because like Miss Gates said, when we're drawing our directed drawings, we're always gonna use a pencil. So pretend that mine is a pencil, okay? And then when you're finished using your pencil, you're gonna go back over all of your pencil lines with a marker, and that'll make it darker. So if you wanna wait and do the hair with like some crayons or markers, you can do that. I suggest waiting and doing your hair with crayons, but go ahead and watch what I'm doing and then we'll go over it, okay? And then on the sides, I'm just gonna kind of come in and I'm just gonna kind of give him some hair, right? All right? I'm gonna give him some hair and feathers. Okay? And then down here, I'm gonna give him some kind of feathers that look like this, right? So I'm gonna give it, and now he looks a little bit more like an emu. All right, so remember, you've drawn your picture with a pencil, and then you're gonna wanna go over and trace all of your lines with a black marker so it shows up kind of better like Miss Gates is. Then you can go in and add the hair and the feathers, okay? I'm gonna show you on the next slide. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a finished picture of it so you can kind of see what one looks like when it's colored as well. And then it'll kind of give you some ideas. Now, I have had some of my friends in the past, some of my girls in the past, and even some of my boys, they have chosen to make their emu not be Edward, they've chosen to make their emu be Edwina. So if you want to add like a hair bow in her hair or something like that, you can. You can kind of make your emu your own. But I hope you've enjoyed. Now, if you want to, you can also come back in and kind of cut out around your emu and then paste it to the top of your writing if you want to. It makes it kind of fun, okay? But I would love to see some of your emus. So if you want to send me a picture, I'm going to put a post on Seesaw where you can post your emus for everybody to see, all right? I hope you guys have a great day.